Welcome to Recovering Addict. I know that you missed most of the intro, but that was because I forgot to do the second go live click. That was my fault. We are broadcasting to you live from quarantine. Tonight's going to be a very special edition of Recovering Addict. Thursday Night Fever. Due to the fact that I have, as well as the Drake boy, have tested positive for COVID-19. So tonight, I thought it would be feeling much better, by the way, as you can obviously tell. I've decided that it might be a good idea to talk about 10 ways to cope with the isolation of COVID-19. Found an article here real quick and thought we might, go through that. So, turning that, face it down, because nobody cares about that phone right now. There's Brad. Always winning. Always winning. Stay frosty. Why are we staying frosty? Keep your heads on a swivel. We'll just greet Epi. What up, Ep? Alicia. Stephanie. Hello. And a call. Oh, boy. Well, I think I missed my own introduction. My name is Jake. I'm a recovering substance user. I have experience in domestic violence, sexual abuse, drug addiction, long-term incarceration, as well as counseling, parenting classes. Currently going through the throes of an obsession with psychology. Teeter just showed up. How's it going, Teeter? And Gypsy Lady. So, feeling a little bit extra right now. So this might be a silly stream. Because I'm still going through waves of COVID, just weirdness, So, like I said today, Teeter, super sticker. Thank you, Teeter. Much obliged there, good sir. Send my regards to Asia. How is Asia doing? I've been out of the loop for a while. So we'll start here with this article from Well Life Therapy. It was written December 11th, 2020. So it's a little outdated, but 10 ways to cope with the isolation of COVID-19. Yeah, a little outdated, but still relevant. So opening paragraph says, if the thought of entering another winter season during a global pandemic makes you anxious, you are not alone. The winter months can be a challenge for many, even without the added stress of not being free to participate in the activities we would normally enjoy this time of the year. Here are 10 tips for coping with isolation, seasonal mood changes, and depression during this challenging winter season. Oh, I'm very glad to hear that. Not sure about the lady bit. Put your screen name as Gypsy Lady. And then Jester, excellent topic. I love me a Jester. So, focusing on this. So I really enjoyed this article. Like, I skimmed through it briefly, but the first tip is to formulate a plan. A pandemic can make us feel like we have lost control of our routine and our lives. Looking at a calendar full of canceled events and gatherings can be disheartening. Plan now for getting through the winter season, and it's still early spring for some of us, or it's early in the year. It's March. It's still March. So things are just starting to renew and the days are starting to get longer, depending where you're at on the globe. But oh goodness, I've lost it. It's all gone. Everything I was about to say, it's gone. Love you too. Ingrid, good evening. So I'm going to restart. Just start with number one. It's formulate a plan. A pandemic can make us feel like we have lost control of our routine and our lives. Looking at a calendar full of canceled events and gatherings can be disheartening. Plan now for getting through the winter season. This will give you back a sense of control and help to alleviate anxiety. Create a schedule full of tasks, and fun-filled activities so that you always have something exciting to look forward to. This is a great time to reactivate an old hobby or start something new. If you do not have an external schedule or routine due to work, create one for yourself. This will help you feel accomplished and productive. Don't forget that rest and relaxation should be part of your plan too. And I know that we're moving out of, we're sort of moving out of the stay-at-home, social distancing part of this pandemic. But I figured that this was still going to be relevant because, me and my boys, we're home for 2 weeks. We're home. And, it's going on day 3. And, this is pretty much our lifestyle anyway, just staying home and hanging out. We don't really do too much out there in the world anyway. But, I, working on doing these things myself, because the last couple of days have just been, they were nasty. COVID is nasty. If you can avoid it, do. It is not comfortable. But then just we've been planning. I have not been planning shit. That's a lie. I haven't been doing any of that. Just trying to be cool there for a moment. So I'm just going to move on to the next tip. So I think I still got a little bit of brain fog going on. Yeah. So the second tip is to do some home projects. If your busy work and social life has kept you from finishing your to-do list, now is the perfect time to make some headway. Start making a list of house projects that you have wanted to do but put off for too long. Try to stick to relatively simple jobs like cleaning and organizing your closets, reviewing your wardrobe, finishing that photo album, or finally cleaning out that junk drawer we all have. As you check more and more items off your list, you will feel a sense of pride and achievement. A more organized and uncluttered home environment will also ease tension and create a sense of peace. And I really agree with that. Like, I really do agree with that. Like, the current state of my house is maddening. I don't enjoy it. Like, we are currently being forced to move. The owners decided to sell the property that I'm currently residing in, so I've had to pack my house. So it looks cluttered and disorganized right now, even though everything's in boxes. So that doesn't that hasn't really been of a benefit to me necessarily. And then help others. I apologize. Oh boy. That was a little bit of a rough one. So, sorry. So, help others. Oh my goodness. One of the best ways to feel good about yourself how do I? Nope. I don't know how to do that. All right. One of the best ways to feel good about yourself is to help others. Start thinking about who in your life could use some assistance, whether it be shoveling snow, assisting your local food bank, sponsoring a family in need, helping a friend get groceries, or even providing a listening ear to someone who is feeling down. A small act can have a big impact on us and anyone we can help. Oh. Those little deeds release those feel-good chemicals in our bodies that improve our stress and mood. And the gratitude we receive in turn can help us keep that positive attitude going for days afterwards. Oh. Whew. And be active. Exercising outdoors gets increasingly difficult as the temperatures drop, and going to a gym might be too risky for you. How can we stay active throughout the winter season? Rather than spend that extra time at a desk or on a couch, make it a goal to spend a few minutes each day being active indoors. Even 5 minutes of heightened activity can make a difference in our bodies for the entire day. Also consider bundling up good with some extra layers and venturing outside. Running or walking, maybe even hiking a few times during the week can help us avoid feeling down. The fresh air and natural surroundings are wonderful for the mind, body, and spirit. I believe our friend Lish went hiking a few times this winter. I'm pretty sure I saw some pictures. Oh, that was a bad one. And then this is a good one. Eat healthy. Maintaining good nutrition is important for our bodies to handle the rigors of winter. To keep energy and motivation levels high, try eating a healthy, balanced diet. Seasonal changes can affect our stress levels, and unfortunately, a common coping mechanism is uncontrolled snacking. We tend to gravitate to comfort foods which are high in sugar and fats. It might be helpful to make an appointment with a nutritionist and or dietitian who can assist you and your family in making better choices for snacking as well as meal planning and preparation. And then the next step is sleep well. The importance of a good night's sleep cannot be underestimated. It is also equally important to get out of bed and face the day ahead. Damn it, Lish. That was a plea. It is also equally important to get out of bed. You're always ordering, Sonic. And really with all this takeout you dudes be buying, I remember some conversations about a diet tier. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. We got another super sticker. That's awesome. Thank you. Brad, get in here. Not you. I'm calling Brad out. Tell him to join me on the stream. Come on, dude. So sleep well is also important. It can be tempting to sleep in longer as the days get shorter and nights get colder. Getting out of the warmth of a cozy bed. Being greeted by minimal daylight is a daunting task. This one is not that relevant. Like, sleep well. Just get extra sleep. Like, it helps with brain chemistry. Eating healthy helps balance hormones. Like, that chicken is high, and chicken has tryptophan, which is also the chemical in turkey that makes you sleepy. Thanksgiving, you eat a bunch of turkey, you get sleepy. You get sleepy because your body converts the tryptophan into melatonin. Melatonin is that natural sleep hormone that people like to supplement with. So there's lots of things to help deal with stuff. This next one though is I enjoy. It's called light therapy. Light therapy aims to help our bodies get artificial light during the months of the year when the days are shortest and we may not be outside as often. Light therapy has been shown to trigger serotonin, the feel-good brain chemical. It may be effective for those that struggle with seasonal mood changes and sleep disturbances. Talk to your doctor if you feel light therapy might be useful for you. So, ooh, like I really like this one. Like, I actually bought a full spectrum lamp. Like, it's a lot of blue light. Blue light, it increases levels of cortisol like in the morning, so it's like to help wake you up while also getting rid of lowering your melatonin levels to help you get awake and feel energized during the day. It also is good for seasonal affective disorder or SAD, which is seasonal depression. But then it's also just a chicken and took melatonin. Oh, excellent. Oh, there's the man. Woke up, been sleeping, had too much turkey earlier today or something. And then Gypsy, there's a 3-minute walk from the shops, which is bad. When I move, it will be a 20-minute walk, so I won't snack so much. Excellent. You fall asleep on the Zoom? Is that how Teeter took a picture? But no, I really enjoy the full spectrum lamp. Like, you just sit with it like in your periphery for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, it also acts as artificial sunlight. So if you have like a vitamin D deficiency, like, you can, increase your vitamin D levels by sitting next to that. Oh, And oh yeah, tonight's a struggle. So it's good. And I lost my train of thought on that too. Son of a bitch. So what am I gonna? So the next tip is to stay social. The ability and opportunity to connect with others is a vital part of our human experience. Due to COVID-19, we have become more physically distant and isolated. It is important not to become socially distant, and taking advantage of virtual options for getting together with friends and family can assist us maintaining our attachments and connections. Something as simple as having a meal or a cup of coffee with a friend over a video call or FaceTime might be just enough to satisfy our need for human connection. I believe that we've all been, everyone in the RA community, recovering addict community, has been, I think we've been pretty well connected with each other, calling each other on our stuff, hitting the BS button when times call for it, and just getting after it, right? Building those support networks, learning. Ooh, goodness. And damn, I lost it again. So, virtual games and events. Here's the baby. He got the COVID too. Love you, baby. You all right? Your neck hurts? Why does your neck hurt? What are you doing? What are you watching in there? Card Captor Sakura? Mm-hmm. Not a sponsor. Yeah?
I can't get that.
Yeah. Oh.
Not my own page.
Yeah. This might not have been the best. So there are a lot of fun ways to connect. Oh, this is the next tip. Virtual games and events. There are a lot of fun ways to connect virtually with family, friends, and coworkers. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's see what else. Or you think it's time to read some of that connected child? Let me know in the comments. Probably should be resting, but damn, I lost it again. Yeah, so I'm gonna go get that book because I should have read that article closer. I messed that up. Oh, There's Bradley Boy.
Do me a favor and tell LT that I said I was driving, and for him not to ever can rush me again.
Who?
LT,
Oh,
or was it you?
what? Who you
Which one of you posted that link? Whoever, one of you guys posted a link that said, "Brad, click the damn link."
I posted the link and then.
Oh, it's under his name, so I just thought maybe that was him.
Keep talking crap, dude. Just keep talking crap.
Run in your mouth. Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Keep talking crap, dude. Just keep talking crap.
Hey, Savage. It's a pinata. I want one.
There's one right there.
Yeah, I don't want that one, though. I hate these things so bad.
I'm so glad they make you wear a mask.
They don't make me. I just choose to. I don't want all these stupid people breathing their hot breath on me.
What if they were smart people? Would their hot breath be okay then?
You forget where I live? There's no smart people here.
Yeah.
Except for Pete.
I don't know
Sorry.
where you live.
Do what?
I don't know
Man,
where
I
you
can't
live.
keep this guy.
Just go full Monty.
Full Nazi? Oh, man.
Yeah, you just like pull it up over your forehead. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
So I need to buy a tablet. I just don't know which one I want.
A tablet or a towel?
Tablet.
Oh, make sure it's green.
Green?
You
Why?
mean iPad?
I don't have any.
No.
I have no suggestions for you when it comes to tablet shopping.
LT, I am definitely not buying anything that is made by Apple, sorry. They don't even have the one I want. I want a Surface Pro.
You'll never get a virus on an Apple.
I'd rather have the virus than the Apple. All right, well, I'm going to hop off here because I got to find my child because he took off away from me.
You don't
And I
have
will
them on
probably
leash?
hop back on in a little bit.
Okay.
Fuck no. That means he would stay near me all the time. All right, I'll be back in a little while. I love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you.
I wasn't expecting him to like pop in a Walmart. Look at you go doing transitions and shit. I'm gonna go get that book though. Oh, I was not prepared. I apologize for the dead screen. Oh.
What the? I
What?
just saw a dead cow.
You just flipping through brands?
I just saw.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah, it's LT laying inside of a corpse.
Why?
I don't know, because he wanted to.
My question is why and where did you go through that?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Oh, shit. Oh. All right. It's been a while since we read this. I'm getting warm. God. So I don't know how many of y'all have been following along, but we're on page 69. And I think we're at the heading that says don't catastrophize. So, by painting the worst case scenario, okay. Start with the introduction. So this is Connected Child, Trust-Based Relational Intervention. It is a book written to help parents of children from hard places teach them a different approach to parenting. Trust-based relational intervention is a system of parenting that does not focus on reward or consequence. It focuses more on behavior modification as well as attachment and trust building. We did not mean to stop on 69. No, that was not intentional. I was going to make a joke about not having enough for chicken nuggets. But it was written by Karen Purvis and David Cross. 20 years of research studies. They've developed this system. And children from hard places, they can either be from, abuse, neglect, or trauma, or three things that are less uncomfortable to talk about: a stressful pregnancy, premature birth, or early hospitalizations. So, and these children, they tend to have sensory processing issues, sensory issues. You know, as an example is a child that will freak out at the texture of slime, or crunchy cereal, or loud noises, or bright, like a really bright sudden light, or, you know, will recoil sharply from, you know, a gentle touch, like, because their nervous systems are in overdrive, hyper alert, hyper vigilant, due to, you know, the whatever it is that they experienced early in their life. So, like, this here is written specific, like, more for foster children and international adoptions. But I like to share this. I've enjoyed sharing this with our recovering addict community, because sometimes our children become those from hard places because of our behaviors and our choices and our addictions, and we unintentionally become the abusers and the ones that are neglecting our children. And while that is a shock for some to realize, it's something that we have to learn to accept and to forgive ourselves for, so that we can develop the skills necessary to help our children overcome their issues, even if those issues are with us. So I'm going to get right into it now after that preamble. And look, Mert, don't catastrophize. By painting the worst case scenario, you will terrorize an already scared child. Instead, give the youngster only enough information so he can make smarter choices. Consider ways to get your message across to a child whose rash behavior worries you. For example, instead of, if you run out in the street, you're going to get run over by a truck and killed, and you'll be dead, and I'll never see you again. It is, instead of that, say, it is not safe for you in the street because there could be a car or a truck, and mommy would be so sad if you got hurt. Or in the next example, if you go out after dark, the boogeyman might come at you and do very, very bad things to you. Instead of that, Say, it is not safe for you to walk in the dark by yourself. I don't know how much of that you guys picked up. Karen's playing COD. But absolutely, Jake, I worry about my kids daily. Because of my past, I feel to blame for so much. It's like a Pacific COD, like maybe a Halleck. I think that's what he's back there playing. You know, an Atlantic COD. A blue COD? Are you playing blue COD again? Alaskan. So instead of saying that, say, it is not safe for you to walk in the dark by yourself. Sometimes bad people hurt little girls who walk by themselves in the dark. Mommy would be so sad if you got hurt. It will be safer if we go together. Children do need to know consequences, but in a way that engenders greater awareness, not in a way that engenders deeper fear. The next heading is honor their emotions. Adopted and foster children often carry deep sadness inside them from their earlier losses. In addition to the ordinary feelings, talking about first-person shooting games makes you hungry, Epi. In addition to the ordinary feelings that people come up in everyday life, a little girl may miss a friend she can't see anymore. Another may be angry that her biological parents went away. When a little boy may be scared of a big dog that looks like just another that once bit him. Parents need to make it safe for children to express feelings without encountering dismissiveness or ridicule. All emotions, including the messy ones like grief, frustration, and anger, are okay. Avoid shaming statements such as big boys don't cry or demeaning questions such as what are you crying about. Those approaches are invalidating and disrespectful, and they make a child feel unsafe. Even if a child's emotions appear insignificant or funny, a healing parent shows respect and doesn't judge. After all, in a child's world, a lost toy truck is as upsetting as a fender bender would be to you. Parents need to show children that their body language, words, and actions, that it is normal to have feelings. Accepting feelings doesn't mean that you automatically accept inappropriate expressions of those feelings, such as tantrums. So we tell a child, it's okay to be angry that Johnny stole your baseball, but it's not okay to use your fists and hurt him. Then we explain how to respond. You can say, Johnny, I'm angry that you took my baseball. Please give it back. Always honor and acknowledge feelings, and then, if necessary, show youngsters more appropriate ways to express themselves. One way parents can respond or teach siblings to respond to each other in a fair and balanced way using words is with this formula. When you, insert action here, I feel, insert emotion here, and what I need is, insert what is needed to bring resolution. Keep in mind that if you are uncomfortable with emotions yourself, it will be tough for you to give your child license to express his or her own feelings. You might instinctively censor the child's emotions in order to limit your own discomfort. Some parents encourage expressions of joy, but feel compelled to shut down such emotions as sadness and anger. Try to recognize and overcome that tendency, because there is great healing in safe self-expression. Respect their own life story. Adopted and foster children are on a unique journey through life. No one knows an individual child's personal history in the same way that he or she does. After all, that child lived it. Parents need to respect and accept the stories that these children bring with them. It can be tempting to try to recast an adopted child's history. A parent might want to paint a pretty picture of the adoption by whitewashing the past, saying something like, "Your mommy loved you so very much, and she wept and wept to give you up, but she knows she couldn't give you the best." It can also be tempting to speak badly of a child's birth mother, parent, in order to make his or her new home look better by contrast, saying something like, "Your mother was a 16-year-old drug addict and didn't want you." Fight the urge to tell your child's story using your own value judgments and interpretations of the past. A healing parent's job is to simply give neutral information so a child can work out the past for himself or herself. In the last example, it would be best to tell your son or daughter something along the lines of, "I do not know very much about your mother. I know she was very young and she may have used drugs. And she may have lived on the street, but I don't know how she felt when she was pregnant with you. What do you think she felt?" This approach opens a window through which your child can begin to look at and share his life story. Accept and honor what the child tells you and the emotions he shares about it. Let your child be the authority on his own life. Feelings of safety take time. Despite their scars of past deprivation and lingering fearfulness, at-risk children can learn to take comfort and safety from their families. Be patient and do everything in your power to let your children understand that they are safe and welcome in their new homes. Deeply encoded fear responses take time to ease. But eventually, as your child heals and grows, situations and circumstances that were once scary and threatening become less so. Eventually, you won't need to be as vigilant with his or her environment. Healing can't be rushed, but you can help it progress dramatically by giving your child the gift of felt safety. Oh, that's hard. Sorry. Whoa. Okay. Moving on to chapter 5. Teaching life values. Oh. "I hate you, I hate you, you are a bad mother," yelled the little boy. "Hold it," said his mother firmly, holding her hand up in a stop gesture. "Marco, it is not okay for you to talk to me with those kinds of words." She knelt down to his level and took his hand gently. "Tell me what you need and tell me with respect," said his mother. The boy looked down and away, his face red. His mom searched his face, trying to make eye contact. "Marco, let me see those eyes." She probably said it a little softer than I did just now. She touched just under his chin with a gentle hand, light as a feather, and coaxed, "Let me see those eyes." The boy glanced at her hesitantly. "I love to see those eyes," praised his mom. "Sweetheart, you can say anything you need to say to me. If you think that I'm being mean, you can say that. If you feel angry at me, you can say that too. Just say it with respect. Now tell me what you need. I don't want to go to bed yet, admitted Marco. Children who began life without a devoted caregiver learned one very simple value: survival. These youngsters dealt with difficult circumstances on sheer instinct alone. Perhaps by becoming physically dominant or covertly manipulative or intentionally avoidant, they never learned appropriate social interactions or gained confidence in themselves and others. When they arrive in a home with a family that cares about them, these children face a new world with dramatically shifted expectations and priorities. That's a challenging adjustment. One of the tasks adoptive and foster parents face is to coach their children in appropriate life values. The best way to teach values to children who have attention problems and language deficits is by using simple and brief language. Keep your message short and sweet. We suggest a group of stock phrases or scripts that are designed to communicate life values simply. They should be used and reviewed regularly with your child. In the opening scene above, Marco's mother uses the script Show Respect, along with an eye contact script to focus her son on appropriate life values. During their interactions, she catches him doing things well and praises him. She reinforces the words with simple hand gestures. She uses these standardized interactions to help guide, correct, and praise Marco. Perhaps the most important lesson you want your child to learn is that he can always say what he feels and he can always ask for his needs and wants. But it all must be said appropriately and respectfully. As your child becomes more and more successful in verbal communication, his social skills will grow and he will find it less necessary to act out with his behavior. You can use the following scripts to guide your child toward improved verbal communication as well as appropriate life values. And respect. Hold on. Your child needs to use respectful words and actions. Oh, wow. Your child needs to use respectful words and actions, plus show respectful body language, such as gentle eye contact, appropriate facial expressions, and appropriate voice. In our work with children, we have zero tolerance for disrespect of any kind, whether it is disrespect of possessions, feelings, property, body, or body space. We teach children to treat themselves and other people with respect. This respect includes not touching things, property, or people without permission. If a 5-year-old throws his Playmate's toys, instead of handing it to him, his mother can say, "Whoa, we treat toys with respect. Let's have a redo. And this time you show respect for Johnny and his toy." Then she gives the child a chance to practice the right way of doing it himself. Once he hands the toy over gently, she praises him by saying, "Good," showing respect. When a little girl purposely bangs into another child, we can ask, "Was that treating Malin with respect?" and prompt for a no answer. And prompt for a no answer. Then we follow up by saying, "Let's practice showing respect when we walk by Malin." We walk the child through the appropriate behavior. When she does it right, we compliment her by saying, "Good," showing respect, and giving a high five salute. Since children learn from watching how adults handle situations, they need to see us treating people and things with respect. The burden is on parents to walk the talk. Even at times when parents need to be firm, they can still be respectful to whomever they're dealing with, especially their own children. The next heading is using words. At-risk kids often rely on tantrums, running away, or aggression to express their sadness, fears, or frustration. They use behavior to communicate what they can't express verbally. Although you seek to understand their behavior, you still need to wean them off acting out by constantly encouraging them to use words. With practice and encouragement, your child will be able to use language to communicate appropriately. Prompt him or her regularly with the phrase, use your words. For example, when your little boy pounds his fist on the bed and scowls, you can ask him what he needs and what he is feeling. You can say, use your words and tell mommy what you need. If your child is still stuck, ask more questions that require a yes or no answer. For example, ask, are you angry? A chart that illustrates feelings can also provide a visual reference and communication tool. Once your boy nods his head, you can gently ask, what are you angry about? Use your words and tell me. When he succeeds, that's bugging me. Wahoo! I would give that a little bit more inflection, but I think I'd have a coughing fit if I tried to give that a little bit more gusto. Great using your words. A child who is emotionally shut down may need to take baby steps towards using words. This might include drawing his feelings, telling where in his body he feels it, or even selecting the color that expresses his feelings. As your child starts using words to express himself, it becomes easier for you to meet his needs. When your child sees that you are responsive to his concerns, his trust grows and wonderful progress can be made. This is the title for the next heading is Parents Should Use Words Too, but Few of Them. So basically, to save time, your impulse may be to race over and grab little hands away from objects that are off limits, but you need to curb that instinct. You need to use words instead of actions to redirect your child unless there is urgent physical danger. Instead of swooping down to pick up your small child and physically moving her away from mischief, stop her with your words. Use short, simple phrases and direct her to make good choices. Verbally address your child's intention. Speak firmly. If she does something that has to be undone, for example, by returning a toy to a shelf where it belongs, ask your child to put it back herself and wait patiently until she complies. We explain this approach in greater detail in Chapter 6. Remember that because of your child's potential language processing limitations, you'll have better success when you keep instructions brief. By using words to direct your child, you'll provide a great role model. Plus, by making your child face the consequences of her own impulses, she will begin to learn to self-regulate, another important skill. So, what was the term she used? Language processing? Potential language processing limitations. So a big part of that is, we get caught up in this need to like when we're talking to our kid, like really start to like explain stuff and just really elaborate on things. Where, children from hard places, with the sensory issues, they can't process that much information. That's why scripts are important. It gets to the point, cuts it down. Yeah, damn, Jan. Absolutely. Like, I'm getting exhausted from talking because of the breath. But like, we don't need to use a lot of words when we're talking to our children. So it's like, to be precise in your speech, you say more by saying less. You know, like when I tell Drake it's time for dinner, it's like, hey, pause, dinner time, pause, or go put your laundry away. You know, or if we're having a discussion, like with Drake, we have conversations. And I explain things to him, and I'm very careful not to, because I have a tendency to cite my sources and expound on ideas and things that I've read. And Drake doesn't care. He doesn't care about who wrote the article or like all of the details of this book or that book or whatever. You know, especially when you're talking about picking up your room. You know, like ask Drake to go clean his room, and then I want to tell him about, you know, Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. Put your house in perfect order before comparing yourself to others. Like, what? Not necessary, you know? So it's just better to use as few words as possible when teaching your children. Oh, my damn leg. Ow. Well, teaching your children how to, you know, overcome those language processing limitations. Well, I believe that's about an hour. Like, I'm losing it. So I think I can't hear you. You're muted, guy.
It's loud over here, so I got me muted.
Oh. Yeah. I'm trying. I'm doing.
As always, you did a great job.
I'm always very critical of myself. Like, I think tonight was a shit show. Like, that's how I feel. But maybe it's just because I feel like a shit show.
You need to charge your camera. That's maybe why.
What?
Maybe another reason why is because you need to charge your camera.
It was charged when I started.
Unchargeable.
They're tiny batteries. Look, I have a backup here in case the camera did die. No.
I love how it lasts exactly an hour.
Yeah. Like, it'll go for like another 10 minutes, but, you know. Like, I love you, Jesse. You know, I don't know. I just felt lacking tonight. Like, that article I read first, I'm like, oh, shit. It was totally outdated. Everybody's going outside and being around people now. I just wanted to do, you know, Thursday Night Fever, like COVID related, and you know, sort of drop the ball on that maybe.
It's awesome.
You know. Well, that's what we're doing now. Okay.
Yep, really
Ready?
You are not
God
is
ready
to accept the things
I
we
cannot change,
the
courage
courage
to change things I
we
can,
and the wisdom to know
the difference.
Amen. What a lovely prayer.
A to the man. I'll hit your outro if you want to say it.
So don't put yourself in a high-risk situation. Work your program, stay strong, and remember, we recover. Did I do it?
Better together.
Recover better together.